Strange days are here again. Now I'm dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head, they say what I need to hear, whispering lies that make my problems disappear. Then I get paranoid. Oh no, I let them in again. Should I play along? Why yes, let's play a game of pretend. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Time to let my crazy show. They feed on fears, they twist my thoughts. Act like kings, but they're just bots. Truth is, they just fucking bore me. Now it's my turn, I'll flip the game. Step inside, let's play insane. Let's get this psycho circus started. You're at my party, dearly departed. I can make this fun, do you wanna run? I'm pulling out the big one, just for fun. Pop the champagne and run, bitch, run! Strange days are back again. Still dancing with my imaginary friends. In my head they say what I need to hear on repeat till the silence disappears. 1, 2, 3, now you know. This is how I let my crazy show. They prey on doubt, my insecurities. Play pretend like they've got authority. But truth is, they just fucking bore me.
Just this is it. This is the. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with me on this Friday. I wish you all a very happy Memorial Day. But I want to start with a history lesson. As you know, I've been in law enforcement my entire adult life, and there was a time in the state of Florida where the felons owned Florida, where they weren't held fully accountable. And I want to talk about this fellow for just a few minutes. Historically, Eddie Thomas, he's 69 years of age. And I want to tell you a sordid history, because when you look at this guy, if you want to see pure evil in the flesh, it's this man. So let's go back to October 28th, 1975. October 28th, 1975, he was arrested by the sheriff's office for burglary and grand theft, and he spent 14 days in jail, and they gave him 5 years of probation. Then in November 1975, keep in mind, he's on probation. He's supposed to behave. He was arrested by the Winter Haven Police Department for false report of a crime, and he spent 25 days in jail. Did they violate his probation? No. May 22nd, 1986, he was arrested by the Bartow Police Department for burglary and second-degree murder. And here's what happened. He's a cocaine addict. You know, those people want to tell you it's a low-level, non-violent drug, okay? It's anything but that. But he was a cocaine addict, so his wife and 4 children, 2 of which were his, moved out and moved home with their mother. And on this particular day, he went to the house, found out that his estranged wife was there, went to the trunk, got a 410 gauge shotgun, went inside and shot and murdered her twice with 2 shots directly in front of the children. Did you hear what I said? He went into the house after getting a 410 shotgun out, shot his wife twice, killing her in front of the children. And then he told the police, well, after he was arrested, I told her I was going to kill her. Now think about this for a second. The horribleness of this premeditated murder. So, but let's go to the arrest. All right. So he shoots and kills his wife. There's a broadcast put out. One of our sergeants notices the vehicle in Winter Haven. He gets the tag number. The tag number checks out. He spins the car around in order to go stop the guy. And he looks, and the car is in flames. And Eddie is coming out of the car fully engulfed in fire. He's burned over 60% of his body. So I suspect at that moment in time that he was going to commit suicide by setting himself on fire because he put accelerant inside the vehicle. But as he got hotter and hotter and started to burn, I guess he changed his mind. So he was taken to Shands and given the very best treatment, and he survived. He was convicted of second-degree murder. Did you hear what I said? Not first-degree murder, second-degree murder, because the felons owned Florida. It was a very forgiving, liberal system to the very worst offenders. So he now is convicted of second-degree murder, burglary, grand theft of a motor vehicle, grand theft of a firearm, and only sentenced to 17 years in prison plus 5 years probation. So at that time, you could murder your wife, be convicted of a second-degree murder, get only 17 years, and that's before your good behavior and that sort of thing. Make a long story short, he's released from that on probation, and he's got 5 more years of probation. Then he's arrested in August of 1997 for violation of probation, February 1998 for violation of probation, and in December 1998, he is booked in the state prison for violation of probation and released after 4 years. Now let's fast forward. He's not learned from his criminal evil conduct yet. August 2007, he's arrested for sexual battery with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. March 2008, he pled no contest to lewd and lascivious contact with a victim between 12 and 16 years of age. So this sexual battery was to a child, and he pled. He was given 15 years in prison with credit for 1,954 days, which he'd been in the county jail. He was registered as a sex offender. Now let's fast forward. It's September 13 when he actually goes into the system. So in 2020, he's released. He spends 13 years of the 15 years. You spend about 85% of your sentence, but he's released. And what happens once he's released in 2020? In 2021, he's violated his probation again because he's not conforming with his sexual offender status. We arrest him again. So in September 2021, he goes back to prison for 2 more years. In 2023, he's on probation, and his probation ends on January 2024. So let me bring you up to May 15th, 2025. He is in a group home in the Dawn Heights area of Eaton Park, Florida. The reason he's in a group home is because he's a sexual offender, and it's very limited where you can leave. There's a wonderful lady that's retired from Department of Corrections who has these group homes for sexual offenders because there's limited areas where they can live. Her name is Mrs. Crump. I want to give a shout out to Mrs. Crump. She does a very good job. Now, make no mistake about it. It's not Mrs. Crump that was Andy Griffith's girlfriend, okay? It's a different Mrs. Crump. But she does a remarkable job because she provides homes for these sexual offenders and sexual predators. She cooperates with us. We know where to find them. Because she's an ex-probation officer, she keeps them in line. So she updates this particular home just shortly before Eddie burns it to the ground. And here's what happened. It's about 3:15 in the morning. And he goes to his roommate and says, hey, I'd like a ride into town. And his roommate said, hey, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Go back to bed. So he rolls over and goes to sleep. During this period of time, and I'll call him victim number 5, gets up to go to the bathroom. And he sees Eddie wandering around in the house. He says, that's not unusual. Since he got off of probation, he's been a total wreck here. And he wanders around at night. We know he's using drugs again, cocaine. But he sees him just wandering around. So he says, I go to the bathroom, go back to bed. And he says, I'm not even back asleep yet till I hear this sound. And this sound sounds like somebody is splashing something. And then I hear a whoosh. Well, we know now he was splashing accelerant in front of every bedroom down the hallway and tried to create a fire barrier so they could not run out of the house. He set the house on fire. He set the house on fire with 5 folks in there beside himself. Victim 1 ran through the flames and ended up being severely burned on his hands and feet. He had to be airlifted to a burn center. Victim 2 crawled out the window. Victim 3 ran through the flames. Victim 4 is on a walker. He slipped and fell. He said the floor was greasy. Something was on the floor. He slipped and fell. And the other victims ran back inside to save his life. Victim 5 once again said he saw Eddie in the house with a container just before he heard the whoosh. Then the suspect drove off. And that was one of the things that confounded his partner. He said, why was he asking me for a ride at 3 o'clock in the morning? He had a car. But anyway, he drove off. So the investigation begins. The fire marshal comes and says, there's definitely an accelerant. It's an arson. He's burned the house to the ground. He's burned up other people's vehicles. He's created, once again, evil havoc. He goes to the hospital with chest pain. He stays for 2 days. They release him. Hey, you're good to go. He knows we're looking for him. Then he checks himself in to the mental health area of the hospital at Lakeland Regional Health. And he tells them that, you know, I need some help. I've got mental health issues. The dude is just mean as a snake is what's wrong. So anyway, we locate him. We read him his constitutional rights. And he looks at us kind of glibly and said, I'll take that right there. And they said, which right? The one for an attorney. He did not confess. But I point out once again that this man blocked the hallway with fire to try to keep them from getting out. By the grace of God, they all survived. Mrs. Crump then worked with us, and we had to rehome these folks because they can't just live anyplace, and we certainly weren't going to let them wander around because of their status, but they're still human beings, and we wanted to make sure that we gave them a place to stay while we searched for Eddie. This man's dangerous. He's 69 years of age. Our goal is that he never takes a breath of air outside of prison. But I want to underscore, he tried to murder 5 people that night. After he sexually battered a child between 12 and 16, after he murdered his wife in front of the children, how much meaner and dangerous and evil can you be? So at the end of this investigation, we know who did this. We know that he tried to murder others. And I want you to see that he is successfully locked up in the county jail. Certainly Brian Haas, who is a great prosecutor, I'm sure will ensure that he spends the rest of his life in prison. Are there any questions?
Sheriff, what do you think when you see these pictures of the damage?
I see pictures that should never have been. He was given sufficient time when he did that murder. Had they given him consecutive time, had they not allowed for a plea to second-degree murder, which I'm sure is what happened, or even if the jury had convicted him, he wouldn't be out to do this. If they'd given him the full ride for his sexual battery charge, he certainly wouldn't be out. But this hypersensitive, forgiving criminal justice system in the 80s started this downhill. You see, by not dealing with it in the mid-80s, we had 5 people who, except for the grace of God, would have been murdered today. And Mrs. Crump, who we're grateful for, I underscore, she does great work for us and with us. Her place is destroyed. The place she created to help people, to do good, is destroyed. He has destroyed everybody's life that he's come in contact with.
Can you say what the accelerant was?
We don't know what it is. It's at the lab right now. The witnesses told us it smelled like gas. And of course, other witnesses said it was slippery on the floor. Now, is gas slippery on the floor or was it diesel? I just don't know yet, but it was an accelerant.
And just to clarify, I guess there were 6 people in that home. Were they all men and they were all registered sex offenders?
That's correct.
And you said that they were rehomed while he was on the run. Are they permanently rehomed?
They have to be because they can't live here. I hope she had insurance and can rebuild because these facilities are important. We can go to one place because we check on these sex offenders and sex predators. We keep up with them by law. So it's our opportunity to know exactly where they are. They're all in one place. It makes our job easier. Mrs. Crump also follows up with them to try to keep them out of trouble as well, because if we know where they are and they're not out running wild, then we hope that they don't commit an offense again. But he destroyed infrastructure that was created to help keep them on the path of behaving. So, I mean, there aren't adequate words to share my frustration other than if those 5 people were dead this morning, I'd be standing up here saying they shouldn't have been dead. Well, they shouldn't have been the victim of an attempted first-degree murder. And Mrs. Crump's home shouldn't have been burnt to the ground. So there you go. Bad deal. They said he behaved as long as he was on probation. But when he got off of probation, that he began to have people over that against the rules. He began to use cocaine. He was disruptive. And in fact, Mrs. Crump was in the process of evicting him. And because the others complained and said, look, this guy's going to get us in trouble. We got, he's not good. So Mrs. Crump was in the process of evicting him. There's eviction procedures in order to protect those that rent. And that was in progress when this occurred.
Could that have been another motive?
Well, absolutely. We believe it's another motive. You know, he was severely burned, and he severely burned others. He committed murder. He committed sexual battery. You know, it's it's rare that I present to you someone that doesn't deserve the air they breathe. Here's a poster child for someone who doesn't deserve the air they breathe. He's murdered. He sexually battered children between 12 and 16. He tried to murder 5 people on this particular night. It's like, how many clues do we need? Okay. Thank you very much.
Hold on, guys. You always got to have the smart asses in your chat that come in here with different names. Not my flavor, dude. Chick. Whatever you are, what makes you think that you're anybody's flavor hiding behind some dragon image there? Using weird ass names to harass people. But you're welcome to troll over here. I like the trolls here. Just so you know that. Would you like a link? So how is that bar doing? Which bar? Because right now you're derailing my live. I'm talking about something that's rather important all over America, all over the country. But if you want to play games, we could play games. I can offer you a link only if you show your face. Or are you too pussy to do that? I mean, you got big balls to come in the chat and use them typing skills you have, don't you? How many other names do you have? Are you mad because of what I'm covering today? Oh, maybe you're petrified and scared. Grab a link, puss. Okay. Hi, Lorraine. That's Andrew H's dad. I don't think it's Andrew. I think it's somebody using Andrew's name, Dippy's name, Lip's name, talking. Might be the person that uses my father's name, Marty Stanley's Land. I've been having problems with that person. Could be a Benny hiding behind the scenes because he likes to troll like that, right? With the big letters, lips. It could be many people pretending to be somebody else. However, here's a link if you're feeling froggy. Let's leap, bitch. Grab it with your face. Right, Dakota. Tell him, come on up. Balls deep in your wife right now. Well, she must be thrilled because you're typing and ignoring her. Seems to be a theme with many men. Lorraine, I'm telling you. Right, grab a link. Hey, Green Eyes, how are you today? Like, dude got major balls in the typing chat section. Show your face, bitch. Told you we like the trolls over here. Sometimes I'll tell them to ignore you. Sometimes I'll join you. But let's go back to what I was covering since they finally quit typing. Don't these people know me yet? So I was writing down points while we were listening to this. This man was charged and he got 17 years for unaliving his children's mother. There were 4 children, 2 belonged to him. He did it in front of his children. He got 17 years. and he was released. He gets out and he violates probation 3 times. The third time he gets another 4 years. So this man has now spent 21 years in prison of his life. He gets out again. He has a deadly weapon charge and an SA charge. There were other charges in the 80s that I missed writing down. But he gets out. Hi, Ellen. How are you? I got boobs. My wife is carrying them right now. I got boobs too. You jealous? I bet you mine are bigger. How about some balls? Let me see your balls. Okay. So he has SA with a child. He gets another 15 years. So 21 years. So 36 years this man has spent in prison. But he gets credited for over 1,000 days. He's released in 2020. He has 13 years that he gets. So 34 years he spent in prison. In 2021, he doesn't register as an offender. He goes back another 2 years. So now we're back up to 36 years. His probation ends in 2024. He's living in this group home. This retired lady builds these group homes for RSOs, right? For offenders. However, Grady Judd's on here telling us that she does an amazing job doing that. And that, oh, I'm glad you're doing good. However, we hear him say, this man we know he was doing cocaine while living there. Okay, well, how long did that go on for? Do you believe that at some point with all these crimes, mental health should have played a bigger role and that he should not have even been in a home like that in the position? Do you think that these homes help or hurt? I'm not going to talk too much about it now, but I would love to see your thoughts in the comment section because this is something I would like to go further into later on. Now. Damn, where's that at? This was in Florida, in Grady Judd's area. You can go back and watch the press conference. I think it's interesting. And I think Grady Judd does a pretty decent job. He's not always perfect. However, you know, he just had that big bust at the beginning of the week, and it got a lot of bad people off the road. Out of sight, out of mind, trafficking, human trafficking, drug trafficking. Why would anyone want to open a home for RSOs? Well, Grady Judd said that it was to keep them all in one place and keep track of them, and it was easier. And that it was a favor that this lady did this. However, he also goes on to say that this man was violating over and over again, even so much so as using cocaine while he was living in the group home. So shouldn't he have been kicked out? Should that have to go for eviction? Is he safe? Is he safe to the staff that works there? I wouldn't want them in my community. That's another thing you have to think about. Where do they put these RSOs? In my opinion, there should be homes made for them in communities in every state where it's just RSOs and no children. I don't think they should live in our communities. That's my idea. Could it ever happen? Probably not. Government goes in. But I say put them all in a crate and light them all. It doesn't bother me that man set that ablaze. However, they all survived. That's some serious shit. I think this man should have been in an institution instead of out in the public to be able to do more. Hey, Crystal, did you see the live JSB did about you and your court stuff from you harassing someone? Yeah, Isabella, I didn't see the whole live. Was it last night? I seen some. However, I'm not worried about that. I'll talk about that after court. It's in June. I don't have any warrants for my arrest. I had to go plead. It does stem from something that happened on Facebook that included my friend Chester that I found out about years later. I don't want to talk about it too much on here until after court, but I will talk about it. And I don't give a fuck about that harassment charge. I pled not guilty, but I might even go plead guilty because I think it was worth the harassment. I might just pay the fine and eat it. But we'll talk about it later. And thank you for bringing it up. I will clarify it after June 18th. I think is my court hearing. She can go over it all she wants. I'm not a perfect human. I get angry. And when I find out somebody might have offended my children 20 years ago, I'm going to fucking say something to somebody. So if Jody has a problem with that, she can kiss my whole white ass. She can kiss my left titty and make the right titty jealous. Yeah, Isabella. It's that serious. And it includes my friend Chester, who passed away, who I've also been talking about a lot, that I want justice for, that Fred, I think, knows about, and his sister. I think he might have been with them when he was poisoned. And the dude told me he was poisoned. So I have no reason to doubt that. And learning my connections and knowing where he traveled to Gate City, Virginia, and then to Kentucky and Ohio and back to Pennsylvania. There were 6 states in all, I think he said he went to. 4 maybe. I can't remember. Aw, thank you, Minnie. So I'm not too worried about them charges or who talks about them. I have nothing to hide and never did. And I'm a bitch in real life. And I stick up for mine. And if I find out that there's something might have happened to one of my children at your hands, I'm going for the fucking jugular. It's a fine. I don't really have no true charges on my record. I'll eat the fucking fine. It was worth every second of it. So kiss my ass, Jamie. Okay? Fucking whack job. Press more charges. I'll eat that fine too. Mama Bear brought a RSO into her home. I don't know nothing about that. I never looked into that. You would have to ask Mama Bear about that. I'm here for summer. And for whatever case it is I'm covering, I don't spread rumors and gossip. And I don't know that that's true because I never seen it with my eyes. And even if it was, I have enough problems on here that I really don't need anymore. And that's her prerogative. And if you want to attack her, please go do that on her channel and not mine. But thank you for being here and not being rude in that comment. You're still welcome to grab a link. Okay, well, just because you say it's a fact doesn't mean that it is. And it's nothing I'm going to dig into. I got enough shit I'm covering. And I'm more concerned about Summer and money that's being laundered and Ziggy and Fred. So if he's a registered RSO, let her please deal with that. We don't know what the situation is. Right. Worry about yours. Alrighty. Now, let's go to my Canva. I'm going to skip that part right there. I have to pee. I took my medicine, guys. You know, I take BMX. It's a water pill. I'll be running off to go to the bathroom. But I want you guys to just listen to this. I believe it's an hour long. An hour and 19 minutes. I'm going to try not to commentate so much because I want you to get a feel and take it all in what kind of games these people were playing. And this is going to be a really long live. So I want to get through it as fast as I can. And we also have Tiffany's stuff to go through, which I want to talk about while we're going through. So I will be commentating on some of Tiffany's, probably not all of it. I started last night. If you missed it, you can see some of my thoughts there. But let's give this a listen. I'm going to come down, go to the bathroom, drink my coffee, smoke a cigarette. Enjoy. I think it's important that we go through past things that have happened in Summer's case where it concerns people who dug really hard to try to silence me. Things I never understood. I'm just a creator like the rest of the creators. And this woman claimed that people were bullying her for 13 hours, yet I'm the one she pressed 4 or 5 lawsuits on, all dropped. They're gone now. Linda has a right to come up here and defend herself or talk about this or talk about what information she has about me that forced her to try to silence me for 3 years with chicken on a stick. You know, we caught her last night playing Hurricane Camille. That's what we're going to listen to. Linda is Hurricane Camille, in my opinion. Money going through discords. It just gets crazier and crazier. The more you go back and listen to shit and you hear the voices and who was involved and how they played many, many parts and what went on in Summer's case. I don't know how much I'm going to commentate today because this is going to be long, but I think you guys need to hear this. It's extremely crazy, Isabella. Anything to silence somebody. That's what they're doing. But okay, I'm going to come down. I'm going to let you guys listen, go to the bathroom. I may even have some things to do around my house. I've already heard this a million times. I just want you to absorb it. The games that these people were playing and how many. I have questions. I want to know why this occurred. Besides the Jody shit, what gave these creators a right to sit here and do this? It's troublesome. Right? If that's even Andrew act right. All right, let me throw this on.
No, I haven't talked to Jody Sue since April.
With so much to hide.
Okay, now what do I do?
Okay, go to YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to go up to the top where your icon is.
Okay.
Click on it. And I need you to go to switch account.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay, coleslaw. Stop the BS. Christopher's mom. Scroll up. Keep going. Thank you. All set. Number 1, right there. Click on videos. Just click on her icon and then click videos. All right. So you've watched the last one. You didn't watch Lock and Key. You watched Movement, Curves, and Hope.
All the
To
rest
the
of them.
ears. Scroll now to the next set slowly.
I didn't watch all of these.
You did though. That
No, I
red
clicked
line at
on
the
them and
bottom
scrolled
tells
to
us
the
so,
end.
Linda.
I do that with every video. I scroll to the end and go out.
How come you didn't do that with compasses? And you didn't do it with the second to last one she did?
Probably because it was during nap time here and I clicked on it and just went out.
All right. So
I have. Yeah.
There you go. Just click right on her. And click on videos.
I don't watch her.
Linda,
I
this
click
is
on her,
why,
I scroll
like,
to
we
the end,
can't
and she
trust
gets her
you.
view.
You
Why
know
would you
that,
even?
right?
Oh my god!
Why do you
click on
lie
it,
about
scroll
stupid
to the
shit,
end.
though? Like,
You
why would
actually
you
don't.
lie about stupid things? I don't
I
understand
don't watch a
that.
lot of the videos anymore.
I don't even care what you watch. I don't give a fuck.
If you're not subscribed to the channel, you click on it so that they get the view, but you're not subscribed so that they have a subscriber. That doesn't make any sense.
And guys, keep in mind too, this is just one of the like 12 accounts that she has. She may be
we
watching other
know.
stuff on the other
We saw 'em.
accounts.
Mm-hmm. You like to troll, Linda? A little bit?
I did months ago, but I haven't even used a troll account or.
Yeah. Well, but you like to troll. That wasn't
Wait,
that wasn't the question. I just asked you if you like to troll. That's all.
how long's it
Not
been since
really.
you trolled?
Not really.
Linda, how long were you started to say how long it's been since you trolled?
Then I used the coleslaw 333 in Jody Sue's chat.
All right.
So the people are trolling. Her people are trolling for her. Wow.
I'm not with Jody Sue.
All right. So, Linda, do me a quick favor, real quick, before you stop screen sharing.
Okay.
All right. I want you to prove that you haven't been texting anybody and click on your text messages. You don't need to open any of them. Just click on that little thing there. All right. All set. You're good.
Anything else you want to see on it before I close it?
No.
Guys,
Right. Well,
guys, can you hold on just 1 second? You can do all this, but you couldn't bring up Facebook Messenger. Why?
no. Because it doesn't matter. None of this matters to her. Like the messages with Jody matter. She'd rather show all this than just show her messages with Jody.
I mean,
And
it's
that,
just
to
as easy
me,
as all this other crap she's doing.
I don't understand that, Linda. And that tells me you are protecting her. Just like you
Yep.
said, well, I'm protecting someone, but it's not Jody Sue.
Yep.
Well, I think it is. Because you won't show your messages with her.
Jody Sue was her top watched channel,
Yeah.
right? And her last troll account was Coleslaw 333, which wasn't really anything bad about Jody Sue, but it was a good riling up the chat kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Linda, listen, I'm not gonna come after you if you tell me you're involved with Jody. Like, I fucked with Jody too. It's really not that big of a deal. I really don't know.
Well,
why.
at this date and time, it actually kind of is.
Shut up, Jenny. What I'm saying is, I don't understand why it's so hard to admit that she's still in contact with Jody. If you are, it's okay. It's better than you lying about it. I just don't understand. Like, if I was talking to somebody that my friends didn't like, they'd have to understand and get over it because I choose who I talk to. You don't need to appease any of us when it comes to who you talk to. We're not married to you. We don't own you. We can't tell you who to talk to. But I know you're still in contact with Jody, and I know that you fuck with Jody because it's the only thing you won't share. You just showed all your Slack accounts. You showed your YouTube history. You even showed your text messages with family members' names, friends' names, phone numbers, but you won't show your messages with Jody Sue. Linda, do you get that?
I understand.
Why? Can you just say you still talk to Jody?
I don't. I say I just
Wow.
Yeah,
that's the
but
same screenshots I sent Tiffany before back in April. I've not talked to
then
her
what are
since.
you hiding? I don't want to be a bitch to you. Like, I'm not out to get you. I'm not trying to fuck with you. I really want to know why you just can't be cool. Like, I don't get this.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
it was just long enough for the screenshot.
So why all of this? I don't get it.
That, you know what? Now this makes so much sense. Her going up on Tiffany's when she did.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God.
hmm
Oh my.
Linda, does it bother you that Jody Sue wants her daughter to kill herself?
Yes, it does.
She wants her daughter to kill herself, to commit suicide.
That's what brought us into this conversation today. Her daughter, because we were worried and didn't know how to handle it or deal with it. And we're trying to brainstorm on how we can help without, going too far or going real life or, like, what do we do? Do you have any pointers? Do you have any ideas? Linda, what would you do?
I would have got CPS at the door and harassed them all afternoon until they did something.
So
That
I've
would
got
not
Okay,
have worked.
but don't you think that's going real life to call CPS and have them harass them all day? Like on
I mean, if it,
YouTube, we're not allowed to do
I
that
meant if
on
it was
YouTube.
my child. If it's not my child, which it's not, all I did was look up information and
Yeah.
legal places and talk to my police officer friend about what to do.
The police officer friend that couldn't help you find an FBI contact.
And did you tip off Jody Sue that this was happening?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
talked to Jody Sue since April.
Can you pull
Guess
up
what?
messages with Jody Sue? Just go to your messenger just to show us the last time you talked to her.
What the-
Linda, can I see your messenger with Jody without you showing the names that you didn't want to show? Can you prove to us you haven't talked to Jody since April? Because if you pull up your
Yes.
messenger and you go to Jody's thing, it should say the last day in real time, the last day that you talked to her. And I won't ask you for another thing. And I won't speak your name either.
Okay, is the screen share on? I can't tell.
What, hon?
It's not on.
No, it's not on.
There's
Is
the
that Jody
last
Sue?
messages.
Can you scroll all the way down?
Yes.
I never lied to you.
And there was a time before April 11th I talked to her was March 30th.
Okay. Thank you.
I sent her a copy of what I sent to Tiffany.
What?
That's the stuff after I was on the thing with Tiffany, I sent Tiffany screenshots to show that I paid for the hotel, messages, and I can't remember. There was something else I don't remember. Oh, the TBI receipt. I screenshotted that off of the email I sent Tiffany, and I sent them to her. Yes.
Why?
Because she was calling me a liar saying I didn't send Tiffany any proof of anything.
So is the reason that Loaf hasn't been live tonight is because she's watching this?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm like getting tired and I don't have the energy, but why all this craziness? Like, why? If you're not talking to Jody and you haven't talked to her, then what is the problem? Like, why are you so secretive? I don't understand that.
Because I've seen what
Huh?
Because
You've
you've seen
seen
what?
I've seen what happens when people get names off of Beach Creek, what happens to them on YouTube. So I'm protecting them.
Linda, I'm gonna go
Protecting.
right now and get every motherfucking name on Beach Creek. That's
Were you
bullshit.
protecting them when you stole my fucking map that I used for research purposes
Yeah.
and put it on your fucking channel?
She's not the people she's protecting are because they've got something on her or something. It's ridiculous. She didn't even see. I haven't even told anyone that you're sorry. You didn't tell Scott or Penny. Are you?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry for the things I did. I am not going to apologize for things I didn't do.
Um. Okay. So. So I'm unclear, really. I guess I didn't hear it or something about why Linda's here. Because all that happened is we gave her a whole bunch of privy information. That's why she's sitting here so smug. She doesn't give a shit what we say to her, I fuss at her, whatever. She doesn't give a shit that we're pissed. She got what she came for.
I didn't come for anything except to help.
What help did you offer? What did you offer? Linda, what did you offer? But why? But what was she here for? Because we never got a thing. But she got a shitload.
Because you had reached out to her earlier today, and I think that's how it started.
Yeah, to help a little girl. And come to find out, she's fucking helping the little girl's mom.
And that's all horseshit. The premise of that is horseshit. That is her Pabst camper, not a trailer from some Billy guy. Yep. And you asked her to contact her law enforcement friend to get information. But who did she contact? Fucking Lips.
I didn't contact Liz today.
Oh, okay. But so Linda doesn't know Becca, but the information came from Becca. And so instead of answering your question, she says she doesn't know Becca. Right?
I don't know Becca.
I didn't say you did. But the way you answered it is similar to the way you answer everything we ask you. Not a lie necessarily, but not the truth.
So are you the one that takes pictures of Becca's car for Jody Sue?
I don't even know what she drives,
Yep.
and I'm not in that end of the county.
Well, I mean,
You could drive county to county. That's not a problem.
you're not far from where her sister works either.
I don't know her sister. I don't know Andy. I don't know any of them, nor have I talked to any of them.
Linda,
Linda,
when you showed your accounts, I could have sworn I saw fuck around, find out in one of the emails. Do you use that saying? I forgot to say that.
I
fuck
created
around,
that
find out.
account. I created
Yeah.
that account when we left Discord.
All right. Was it like because of Jody or?
Honestly, I don't remember why I
Is it
created
like a
it.
Jody thing? I'm trying to understand you, like respectfully.
I'm sure that came from Jody Sue, but I honestly don't remember.
Like
the
fuck
reasoning
around,
behind it.
find out, watcher. Like what is fuck around, find out, watcher? I don't know what that means.
Okay, Jody Sue said that anybody that was a mod was a watcher. Right.
Yeah.
Silencers, that's it. I'm sorry. And she said that it was in the spider tier shit. And she said that AB and Tiffany were controlling Spiderweb.
She was already, you were modding for her when she was doing spider tier shit, Linda?
Yeah.
No, I've never modded for Jody.
Then why did you call it that?
she messaged me after, I guess she got like $180 some from Q Carlock.
Yeah.
And she messaged me and she was telling me a bunch of weird, whacked out stuff. And she was telling me about the tears and spider webs and the watchers, the silencers. And it was at that time I created that email thing and was trolling. That's the same account. I changed it to the Watcher. That's the very same account.
Why were you doing this, Linda?
Right. But the name of it.
How would Jody Sue know it was fake? Miss Know-It-All, like an expert on everything.
After she got her money, that's when she started talking some weird stuff.
What money?
From Q.
$187?
I think she said it was like 186 or something like that.
Yeah. What kind of weird stuff was she talking?
Yeah.
She said that it was a con ring and to watch my back, I was being used. And she said that.
No. And see how brilliant she is? This has changed 9,000 times, the configurations here. I'm talking.
So who's on this phone call with them is Benny, Penny, Scott, Gavel, Crama, and Tiffany. Penny might not be on there. That might be Linda, but Penny's intermittent, or she knew about this. This was originally showcased on Penny's channel. I had left a comment in the comment sections. Linda then reached out to me, showed me the emails that she interfered in. Yeah, maybe Green Eyes. I think there's a lot of them connected that have been doing this for a very long time and laundering money, lots of it. Possibly through my father and his stock markets and his businesses. That's what the police are looking into. Linda also worked closely with Ziggy. She had interaction with Fred. This is all behind the scenes. She didn't bring everything to YouTube. She let others do it for her while she was part of this research crew, but working behind the scenes with Jody Sue. And that's what this 1 hour long video is that we're watching. We have about 35 minutes, no, 45 minutes, 50 minutes left. My babies are up, my grandbabies are up. I'm gonna go check on them and get lunch, and I'm gonna let you guys finish listening to this. Again, just keep absorbing what's going on during this. We're only getting an hour of this call that supposedly lasted 13 hours. Gavel put this out. I took it. It has since disappeared. They will not put nothing else out, no matter how many times you ask. But after this, I want you to hear this live I'm going to play from Tiffany Marie with Penny and Linda. Oh, it's extremely important in my opinion. And although she doesn't say she's Linda, she says she's Hurricane Camille. I voice compared last night and I'm going to do it again today at the beginning, but then we're going to listen. I don't know if we're just going to listen and I'm going to commentate. I might just stop randomly. I might just chat. But I think it's important that we get all of this out. And it's a 4-hour live. So I'm going to put it on 1.5, maybe 2 if we could tolerate it. So we can get through it as fast as possible. And I'm not here for 8 hours. I'm not trying to be, but I will be if need be. Yeah, Misha, you're welcome. I think a lot of people need to listen to this because of the fact that Linda's been out trying to silence many people, myself, Marlena, for so long. She's a CPS caller. She likes to cause problems. She stated that she smelled unaliving on Dawn's property. Later told me it was a dog. But that was like a year or two after Summer had gone missing. She was in cahoots with B.A. Young, who was somebody from Australia, originally from Texas, that was supposed to start a channel with me when I started my channel, but did not. Instead, she was going to start one with Linda. That's how I was introduced to Linda, even though I never spoke to her until this live when I left a comment. Although prior to that, she was writing me and demanding that I give her my chicken hunting video, my chicken fighting video with Renfro. And she was pretty much bullying me for it. How this bitch thought she would ever win in court against me, I have no fucking clue. She destroyed her lawyer's life, in my opinion. She has harmed many people, including Summer and her family and Marlena and her underage child. Sorry, guys, choking on spit. And my family. Your days of ruining people are over, bitch. I promise you. And I dare you to file another fucking lawsuit against me. I will handle it the same way I handled the last 5. I ain't scared of you. And there's a reason you're silencing people and telling people that your job is too important for people to attack you or even explore you. Chicken on a stick too, because she started this. Like I said last night, I feel like it was a diversion to make people think she was against Jody. Meanwhile, I think they knew that that lawsuit was going to be dropped the whole time and created it to try to scare me away because of my family and who my relations are to Ben Hill and Light Hollow Road, in my opinion. Again, I covered a little bit of this last night. All right, I'm going to go check on the kids, get lunch. Yeah, their time's coming. Karma is a bitch. And I feel like something else I want to go over today before I get off of here is, again, the last thing that the TBI did. Because the 15 years coming up and they're going to give us an update or at least a statement, right? Usually that's what they do. But Leslie Earhart recently did an interview about something else where she spoke about Summer. And I want you to listen to how long ago they got new evidence that they're following in on, and they're just looking for one missing piece. It was a few months ago. My shit started in February. That was a few months ago. I think it's relevant, in my opinion. And I'm done playing these people's fucking games. Yes. All right, so let me come off of here and go do some things in my house while you guys watch a little more of this. I'll be back in a few. Just absorb all the fuck shit that has been played in Summer's case.
But Linda, what kind of sock account would it be if you named it Fuck Around Find Out Watcher? Does that mean you're a Jody watcher? Was that account to watch Jody? Because the name on it it's the only one that I saw was Stop the BS, and it was Fuck Around Find Out Watcher, like FAAFO Watcher. And then it was like, stop the BS. So was that an account that you used to watch Jody Sue? Is that what the email address means?
I don't remember why I created that account. I just remember when I created it, I told Kenny about it.
People think Andy has a selective memory. Jesus.
Well, fuck around, find out. Watcher kind of means like watching Jody, if I was to guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Does that mean you're Jody's watcher? Like you're watching
Yeah.
people for Jody?
That's what I
No, I
mean.
wasn't. She never asked me to watch anybody.
But you
It
would
doesn't
have.
mean that you wouldn't have done it.
Mhm.
And I've seen the Stop the BS account in Jody Sue's a
Mhm.
lot. And it's a good thing I screen record because I get to chat too.
Mhm. Right.
What was? Probably. We'll fuck around and find out tomorrow. So why did you pretend to be Penny's friend and like almost ruthlessly fuck with her behind the scenes? Why?
I wasn't pretending until
So you did
So-
pretend to be her friend.
no, I was
You just said I wasn't pretending until what?
until Jody Sue had a phone call with me on Messenger.
Okay. And what was that about? Then you started pretending to be Penny's friend?
No, I pretended to tolerate her.
All right. What changed that you Okay. All right. So what changed that you tolerated her before, but then you pretended to tolerate her? So, all right. You said that you were pretending to be her friend, or you didn't pretend to be her friend until, and then when I just asked you until what? And you said, well, you pretended to tolerate her. So before you had the phone call with Jody Sue, you tolerated Penny with no question. But then after the phone call with Jody, you pretended to tolerate Penny. So what changed in that phone call that you suddenly changed and pretended to tolerate her? So when you say you pretended to tolerate her, did you pretend to tolerate Penny for Jody to get something? Who did you pretend to tolerate Penny for? Did you pretend to tolerate her for yourself? Did you pretend to tolerate her for someone else? Who did you pretend to tolerate Penny for?
It was
Like,
after my phone call with Jody Sue, and she'd give me some information.
mhm.
And that night, I had a lot of questions about Penny
Mhm.
and about the video of my child.
Mhm.
And it pretty much turned me against everybody.
What about the video made you turn against her? If you don't mind me asking, did she do something wrong when she made the video? What did Jody tell? Can you explain to me like what changed after that phone call and Penny making the video for you, for your son? Like what about that phone call and the video in conjunction? Because both of them seem to be like interchangeable in that sentence. What changed for you? And did Penny do something wrong when she made the video? Did something rub you wrong about the video? What was it? Was it something Jody said?
It wasn't the video itself. The video
Okay.
itself, I mean, Penny was very respectful and nice to me in it.
Mm-hmm.
The night that Penny went into Benny's chat, Jody said,
With so much to hide.
okay, now what do I do?
Okay. Go to YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to go up to the top where your icon is.
Okay.
Click on it. And I need you to go to switch account.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Coleslaw. Stop the BS. Christopher's mom. Scroll up. Keep going. Thank you. All set.
Number 1, right there.
Click on videos. Just click on her icon and then click videos. All right. So you've watched the last one. You didn't watch Lock and Key. You watched Movement, Curves, and Hope.
All the
To
rest
the
of them.
ears. Scroll now to the next set slowly.
I didn't watch all of these.
You did though. That
No, I
red
clicked
line at
on
the
them and
bottom
scrolled
tells
to
us
the
so,
end.
Linda.
I do that with every video. I scroll to the end and go out.
How come you didn't do that with compasses? And you didn't do it with the second to last one she did.
Probably because it was during nap time here and I clicked on it and just went out.
All right. So
I have. Yeah.
there you go. Just click right on her. Now click on videos. Is my sound low? Because if so, I don't think I can do anything about it, but hold on, let me check something. Let me try this. How's that? Am I better? Am I louder? How's that, Luda? Is that louder? What was the phone number? Here, let me give it to you. Just a moment. Very important everybody has this. And Penny, your last ditch effort to try to do damage control using that isn't going to work. Sorry. You've already said that phone number doesn't work. And I actually tried to get a hold of you on it quite a while ago, and it doesn't lead back to anything. But Penny lies. She's always lying. I'm going to give it to you right now. Give me just a sec. So, right here. I'm going to write it in the chat. Please check for it. If you had contact with her, this is an important number to search your contacts for. Okay. I'm going to share with you what she tried to do just a little while ago. She must be really triggered by this because she's trying to say this phone number belongs to her child now, which, sorry, I don't believe you. nor am I going to check to see if it does, but that's the phone number that many things were done using. So it's in the chat. Let me share really quickly with you right now her post to me when she saw that I scheduled this live. Penny, I'll probably never be done exposing you and your dirt. Okay, so TMXO. I suppose this means you were notified of my privacy complaint. No, I wasn't. I don't have a privacy complaint. For putting my child's phone number on your screen and rampant in your chat. Go ahead and say you didn't know you were doing this bad thing while knowingly doing that bad thing all you want. Are we in kindergarten, Penny? That bad thing? I guess a docs for docs, right? I mean, shit, I was actually just listening to a live where you were admitting that you stuck my information all over the place, but it wasn't me. You had the wrong person and you were perfectly fine with that. And it wasn't just a phone number. Now, does everybody remember when 423 Chase gave my home number to Benny? Long time ago. And they were able to dox my whole life using that phone number. That information came from Penny. So Penny, what are you bitching about? Okay, change the number then. Get her a new number. Why are you giving a phone number to your daughter that was used to commit crimes on YouTube? Why would you give a phone number like that to your child? Give her her own number, maybe? Okay. So then she says, but I know I have told you that I don't use that phone anymore. Yeah, the phone's broken. Remember, it has a green glitchy screen and it doesn't work. But suddenly it's working again. Good. I hope you'll be able to find all of your correspondence with Chase that you couldn't find before. Right? So she says, talk your shit about me like you have been since 2021 all you want. But if I see that number on your platform again, I won't be turning my chipmunk cheek anymore. Well, here, don't turn either one of them, Penny. No, it doesn't work anymore, but it's important to know it because it was used for so many things here and to do so many things that were just so bad. Bad things, as Penny would say. Okay, so this is an informational piece for people to look through their records, and that's that. Now, it's not her working number, but she's very worried about this number being put out because she's afraid of what people will turn up in their results when they search it. I'm sorry for that, but can't help you. Okay, Penny, you get no help from me. Sorry. Hey, Margaret. I'm watching from Tunisia. Tunisia? Is that how you say that? Back home to Scotland tomorrow. Did I say that right? I've never been there and probably never will. Okay. Let's see. Numbers are not kept that long if the phone stops working. Interesting. Yeah, she's worried. I told everybody that phone number was important. I don't even know what she would be so bothered for today about that phone number. Now, so what I'm going to do is we're going to pull up a little piece of history that Luda, everybody thank Luda in the chat. If it weren't for Luda, we would not have this today. She recorded a piece long ago that she came across in her records today. It's from December. Here, I'm going to put this up. December 15th, 2021. Okay, ready? So let me grab this. It's an important one. And I'm going to address the Hurricane Camille stuff first because that's where we left off. I'll drop that again for you in a little while. Tunisia. Thank you, Gigi. Tunisia. I have no clue. I don't even know where that is. So hold on. Now, I do hope Margaret's having fun there, though. She deserves a vacation. Okay. Let me grab this link. I'm going to play it for you. We're going to go over some things, but I'm going to start toward the end because that's where Hurricane Camille's coming up on the panel. And interestingly enough, she discusses the very thing we talked about just the other day on panel. So give me a sec. Let me pull this up. I have to actually unlist it real quick because I just recorded Luda's copy. Thanks go to Luda's inside source. Luda's got the good stuff, guys. Nothing really gets by Luda. All right. So this live stream is actually really important. There's a lot in here. And I think it's important that everybody hears it again, because looking back now, all this time later, the things that stand out are really important. Now, as everybody knows, Penny has everything private on her channel. She has hidden everything that there is. She doesn't want anybody to be able to go back through history. But here we are. We're going to go over it. Hurricane Camille, I heard from 2 nights ago, I believe the night before last. She was not with, coming to me with information. She wanted to prove to me that Jody was lying. And that's all that really seemed to matter to her. Okay, Jody lied. Okay. And what does that have to do with all of the funds that were collected using your PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo? I'm not quite sure. But it was after my live. So the night that I did the live on Heather Lynn, Hurricane Camille reached out to me that night, and she wanted to let me know that Jody was a liar. She did not want to show me proof that she sent this stuff to the proper authorities. Yes, I hate when people hide stuff, says Caslin. Thank God for people like us. Without us, everybody would be quite lost around here. I'm not trying to toot any of our horns, but I just can't help myself. All right, so hold on a second. I'm going to show you, and I did redact the last screenshot because she shared something personal with me, and I just don't want to put that out. It's not my business. I don't even know why she offered up the information. Don't know if it's even true, but I don't want to put that out. So does everybody remember where we left off the other night with Hurricane Camille and the donations that were put into her Cash App and her Venmo? If anybody wasn't here, one of my mods will grab the link to that stream and drop it for you, and you guys can catch up later. So this is what Hurricane Camille had to say to me. So this was like pretty much immediately after my live. And she said, clearly, she said she didn't have a cell phone. And it's a message between Hurricane Camille and Jody. Now, Bunny 4891 is Jody. So it's Hurricane Camille saying, Bunny 4891. I wanted to see if with your cell phone, do you load minutes or do you need a monthly plan? Several people were inquiring and I would love to help out. Jody responds, I don't have a cell. My devices I use for online access are my tablet and a locked phone. Hurricane Camille says, okay, so do you need a phone? Are you in an area that will pick up service? What carrier?
Sorry, guys. I'm still eating. I have like 2 bites left. I'm eating my husband's leftover food. He came over for dinner last night and breakfast this morning. Like I told you yesterday, we're trying to work things out day by day. He's not living here. But if you listen to this is Jody telling this woman she doesn't have a cell phone. I addressed it last night. That's a motherfucking lie. That is a huge lie. There was no reason for her to go get cell phones from anybody. She had 4 of Andy's cell phones, her cell phone, plus a tablet. Today she has a laptop. She has not been without a cell phone. This is her grifting in Discord. This is money passing through Discord. How much money passed through Discord? How many people? Tiffany's going to go on to play a voice to Hurricane Camille. When she does that and I get a good long clip, I'm going to go back to my Canva and I want you to listen to the Linda voice we just listened to. In my opinion, it's the damn same. So here's Linda playing more games with money under different names in Discord. Why, Linda? What are you laundering? Paying for the hotel that Jody was shuffled to? I think it's time you tell the truth. I think it's time your feet are held to the fire and you start realizing that your position really isn't all that fucking high. You can't come into a missing child's case, play games, try to silence people, and then think that that shit's okay while you're trying to make money, pass money, launder money, whatever it is the fuck you're doing with these people. I'm calling it the fuck out every chance I get until there's answers for justice for Summer. Do you understand that? And possibly many other people. Long story, my upper teeth finally got, oh, that sucks, Maria. I still gotta go get mine done. My insurance isn't gonna cover it. I have to save up money. So I'm gonna be busting my ass out here on YouTube with videos so that I can get paid next month to put some money towards it. Because they'll only cover prosthetics and I want a permanent. It sucks. It's embarrassing to come out here and show you all the shit. I'm missing teeth and shit. I talked about it a little last night. Yes, many prayers for a speedy recovery, honey. That must be sore. I agree, Isabella. All right, guys. I'm going to put this back on and finish my 2 bites here and go to the bathroom, get something to drink, do my thing. You guys just keep listening. I'll be back.
Works best. I said, okay, aside from that, have you gotten the opportunity to send the info to the police? If you aren't comfortable sending it to them, I can do it for you. I have no problem doing that and helping. Okay. The next one is right here. I said, the screenshot you sent me has PayPal on it, though. The $30 PayPal, when we first spoke about this, you said it was PayPal, but then you sent me a Cash App screenshot. Before that, you said it was Venmo. I have the Cash App screenshot and the PayPal screenshot, but no Venmo. Can you at least show me the email header to Ellie with the date? She says that wasn't PayPal. I can send it, not marked. Okay. So the next one, right here. I said, is this not PayPal? She says, nope. I said, okay, what is it? Venmo? I don't have PayPal or Venmo. I only have Cash App, so I have no idea what Venmo or PayPal even looks like. Then I responded to Hurricane Camille saying she clearly said she didn't have a cell phone. I said, what was her response to this question you asked about if she needed a phone? Hurricane Camille says, hang on, my sister called. Now, when that came through, I was still writing, right? She almost needed time to check and see, which was a little bit odd to me, but I mean, who am I? I can't prove that. So she says $30 was on Venmo. She said pretty much any carrier would work. Give me just a sec. I'll get the next one. Okay. So I said, okay, so what form did the fourth payment come in? You shared one Cash App with me and this $30 one from Venmo. There would be two more, right? So if there are two more, did they come through Cash App and Venmo or something else? She says, no. Go back and listen to the other live. I had 4 emails and 3 payments. 2 people that emailed me were creators. I don't feel I need to explain myself, but I have been transparent about all of this. I said, okay, are you going to prove you actually sent this to law enforcement? I really don't need to see anything except that. She says she can't tonight and gives me her reasons why. But again, they're personal and I don't want to put them here. I don't feel that's necessary. I'm going to share with you the rest. I don't know why people offer up this personal information that they do, but they do. And the bottom, she says, I can't tonight. I'm not home. And she had several things that she told me were going on. And she said, and here I am sick at someone else's house. I said, okay, Camille, I'm not asking you again. I didn't reach out to you. You messaged me a screenshot of Jody and had the time for that, but don't have time to show you contacted the proper authorities about this. So you wasted your time sending that instead of what is most important. You'd rather convince me Jody lied about having a phone than what I originally asked 4 days ago. This doesn't look good for you at all. You collected money and your Gmail was dropped in many chats by many people other than yourself to gather donations. You can just say you didn't send anything to law enforcement and never intended to. Wouldn't that be easier? And she said, I said, I can't tonight. Discord is on this device. I don't have everything right here. That would help you. Okay. What a surprise. Right, Doxy. Right. Okay. So let me get this stream. Gigi, I removed that. Hold on one sec. All right, now I'm going to pull up the stream from December. Okay. Give me just a sec. I'm going to pull it up for you. Sympathy fishing? No, because Lana, I don't believe so, because she explained that at the end. It wasn't like she came to me with that. It was put at the end. So I don't think she was looking for sympathy. She was just looking for a reason not to show proof that she sent it to the police. These people won't send anything of importance to the police. You know, it's just the way they are. So she protects Penny. What are you going to do? This is the way they do things. So this is old, really old. Okay. Extra. Hey, TM, beautiful Mads in chat. I'm all for what I would call accountability policing. So I'm so sick of these people and their self-serving criminal activity. There's a child missing. Yeah, extra as fuck. If only they felt the way you do. Wouldn't that be nice? Doxy says she don't want to have her bank accounts audited. Well, I mean, she only took in $130, so I don't think anybody would audit her for that, right? But who knows? I mean, how many Cash Apps and Venmos and all the different apps were shared? So many. So many. Different people collecting money all the time. So we're going to play this. This is on 2 speed. I'm going to lower it down a little bit. I just wanted to hurry up and get it done. It should be good. We'll see. Hold on. Glad your chat's working. Mine's not. Yeah, when you're a mod, the chat just like repeats over and over again the same comments. Nana, you know how to fix that? You go exit the chat, click on my icon and click live and press the stream again, and it fixes it for a little bit, like a couple minutes. So you basically close out the screen and open the live again, and it'll fix it. I don't know why it does that. I really wish YouTube would fix that glitch. It's in all of them. So let's see. Emergency me drop the link for the live that connects to this one. Oh, Caleb is letting you know. Okay. Camille is innocent in my opinion. She tried to help. She didn't keep the money but sent it back. Jaded, I'm not sure because I don't know what these people did. I don't know if Camille has done anything wrong or not. I truly don't know. All I can do is put out the information. I have no idea. But she did come up on the stream, and I'm going to fast forward to where she came up because she talks about this, and you guys can make your own assumptions. This was December of 2021. So compare her story on my panel to this one. We'll see. Ready?
Hey, it is not okay at all. And I just want everybody to, go after everything. Makes you wonder, but I mean, there'll be a lot of gossip in the street.
All right, so this is Penny here. This is what she used to use for an icon before she put that caricature up with cross eyes.
Truth is the truth. Yeah, Nita says, well, I have the official criminal background check from the courthouse, and it ain't no 9 pages, it ain't even 4 pages. So, well, I mean, look, people will take anything and run with it.
But the 19 pages could, which I didn't count. I just ran it just to see. It could include your background information, your people you know.
So they're going on to talk about Penny's research group that ran VIN numbers and private information of all these people. They had a lot of people working on finding out all the information they possibly could about anybody they possibly could. I remember back when I was, way back when I was talking to Penny in the very beginning, how she would grab VIN numbers out of the clear blue sky within 5 seconds. She always had someone to run a VIN. Now, I don't know about you, but VIN numbers don't show up on Ben Verified. I wonder if she was using Yennefer for that. I don't know. Maybe Yennefer could clear it up. I'm not sure.
Relatives who you kissed in kindergarten. I mean, there's a bunch of crazy stuff on those backgrounds.
What I'm talking about is
Oh, and Scott H., did you know that Penny is saying that Stacey Slay is your fake fed, not hers? I forgot about that. I have the screenshot. I'll post it later to my community post.
Fix and ruin my life to where I can't even get a job cleaning for living stones. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. What's being done is not okay. It is not okay at all. And I just want everybody to, look out because y'all fucked with the wrong one.
Oh, we fucked with the wrong one? No, Penny, I think you fucked with the wrong one. What do you think? Yeah? Yeah. There's like a lot of us. A lot of us. Penny, you're green. I told you that a long time ago. You came here and you just didn't know what you were doing, nor were you prepared. This isn't going away. There will be many more of these lives.
Sorry for my language, but Nita's not playing. Oh.
Well, what Nita can do is I will send her after we get off of this. I will send her the report I looked at yesterday, and she can contact True Finder and have what's not true to talk.
Yeah. Aubrey, I'm gonna message you whenever I go get into the parent pickup line. We'll talk about that in a little while. But I have about 20 minutes and then I've got to go.
And what's really interesting is, and it's not here, but the chat, you can see all the old names and the people that changed their names now. It's quite interesting. There's so much dirt on Penny's channel. That's why everything's hidden over there. That's why none of her streams are up. Because of the group she was working with and what they were doing, she hid it all. That's why Penny's streams are all hidden and have been for a year. You can't see what went on over there. She has too much dirt hidden. You shouldn't want anybody to see. Thank goodness for good record keepers. We have all your streams, Penny. We just came across all of them. You just might as well put them back up.
So I'm gonna mute out and Miss Camille, please take it away.
Hey y'all. I had offered to try to set something up to help Jody Sue because she said she was in need of a cell phone and service. So
now, in that message that Hurricane Camille sent me the other night, that it was her and Jody Sue. I did not see Jody asking for a phone. I saw Hurricane Camille asking her if she had a phone. In all fairness to Jody, I blocked Jody today because you know what? Quite frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of her mocking me on her streams, and I'm sick and tired of helping and being shit on by her. I will help as much as I possibly can, but I'm just not going to DM with her anymore and help her. I'm not going to go out of my way to continue to be kind and helpful in every way I possibly can and continue to be, shit on by her. That's all. Okay. No hard feelings, Jody Sue. You're just really ungrateful. And I feel like no matter what I do, you will never be happy. So I will continue to help in any way I can for Summer. And where it concerns the things that these people have done to you, but I am not those people. And I don't know what you want from me, but I don't see anybody else taking care of this. So take it or leave it. I don't know. I have done everything I possibly can to bring this shit to the forefront and to try to help where it concerns Summer. If you don't like the way I do things, that's fine. There is absolutely no reason to treat me like shit, and I'm not a doormat, and I'm getting sick and tired of it all around the board. So from now on, just don't come to me, anybody, for help. If you don't want my help, if you don't like the way I help, whatever, I'm still going to continue on doing what I said I would do because these people have truly done what I say they have and what Jody says that they have. But I don't appreciate being treated like garbage. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I don't know what Camille did or didn't do, but I did not see Jody asking for a phone. I saw Camille asking her if she needed a phone, not the other way around. Doesn't prove Jody to be a liar because she's not the one asking for a phone. Show me where Jody asked for a phone.
I was just trying for her safety, get her a cell phone. And people in several of the chats have been asking, were we doing something to help her? So I offered to try to do that. I received two donations. And that was it. I mean, I got a total of 3 emails and two donations. And from there, I guess she thought I was getting constant cash flow in her name. And so she was wanting me to get the phone and send it to her. And I was going to do that. And then I was sick a couple of days. So I even offered, like, I'll send the money that I have gotten thus far. And you can go to Walmart and get a phone, which she addressed in her video as she knew there was more money than just enough to go buy a shitty flip phone from Walmart. And there wasn't. There was a total of $130.
So Hurricane Camille here says it was a total of $130. But I do have a hard time believing that because her anymore and help her. I'm not going to
donations. And from there, I guess she thought I was getting constant cash flow in her name. And so she was wanting me to get the phone and send it to her. And I was going to do that. And then I was sick a couple of days. So I even offered, like, I'll send the money that I have gotten thus far. And you can go to Walmart and get a phone, which she addressed in her video as she knew there was more money than just enough to go buy a shitty flip phone from Walmart.
Then I use the coleslaw 333 in Jody Sue's chat. I'm not with Jody Sue. Anything else you want to see on it before I close it?
No.
Same screenshots I sent Tiffany before back in April. I've not talked to her. No, I haven't talked to Jody Sue. I'm not with Jody Sue.
And so she was wanting me to get the phone and send it to her. And I was going to do that. And then I was sick a couple of days. So I even offered, like, I'll send the money that I have gotten thus far. And you can go to Walmart and get a phone, which she addressed in her video as she knew there was more money than just enough to go buy a shitty flip phone from Walmart.
I use the coleslaw 333 in Jody Sue's chat. I'm not with Jody. Anything else you want to see on it before I close it?
No.
Same screenshots I sent Tiffany before back in April. I've not talked to her.
What are
since.
you?
Would have got CPS at the door and harassed them all afternoon until they did something. Would have got CPS at the door. If it's not my child, which it's not, all I did was look up information and legal places and talk to my police officer friend about what to do. No, I haven't talked to Jody Sue since April.
With so much to hide.
Okay, now what do I do?
Okay. Go to
And then she sent me the Cash App. I don't see anybody else taking care of this. So take it or leave it. I don't know. I have done everything I possibly can to bring this shit to the forefront and to try to help where it concerns Summer. If you don't like the way I do things, that's fine. There is absolutely no reason to treat me like shit, and I'm not a doormat, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. all around the board. So from now on, just don't come to me, anybody, for help. If you don't want my help, if you don't like the way I help, whatever, I'm still going to continue on doing what I said I would do, because these people have truly done what I say they have and what Jody says that they have. But I don't appreciate being treated like garbage. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I don't know what Camille did or didn't do, but I did not see Jody asking for a phone. I saw Camille asking her if she needed a phone, not the other way around. Doesn't prove Jody to be a liar, because she's not the one asking for a phone. Show me where Jody asked for a phone.
I was just trying for her safety, get her a cell phone. And people in several of the chats have been asking, were we doing something to help her? So I offered to try to do that. I received two donations. And that was it. I mean, I got a total of 3 emails and two donations. And from there, I guess she thought I was getting constant cash flow in her name. And so she was wanting me to get the phone and send it to her. And I was going to do that. And then I was sick a couple of days. So I even offered, like, I'll send the money that I have gotten thus far, and you can go to Walmart and get a phone, which she addressed in her video as she knew there was more money than just enough to go buy a shitty flip phone from Walmart. And there wasn't. There was a total of $130.
So Hurricane Camille here says it was a total of $130. But I do have a hard time believing that, because Hurricane Camille told me on that live that she did have PayPals from this situation. She said that she had to get her PayPal statement, but she couldn't do that night. And then she sent me the Cash App screenshots. So she's saying here she only got 2 payments totaling $130. That's what she said here. But on my last live stream, that's not what she said. She sent me Cash App. She sent me a Venmo. One was for $100, one was for $30. But she also said she had PayPals. I have not seen those. And I do feel that either Camille is doing what Penny's telling her to do, or Camille was used. How long that's going to take Camille to figure out, I don't know. She may never figure it out. She may never come to the realization that she was used if she was. It's only one of 2 things. There's a reason her email was used and her Cash App was used, and she was a willing participant, and that is how the best scams go down, with good people who offered their own, bank account to use. Some of the greatest scammers in the world keep their hands clean by waiting for those giving people, with hearts who want to help. And then it looks like, well, no, it was my fault because I'm the one that offered. No, because scammers know there's always going to be good people who offer. Now, I can't prove that. Only Hurricane Camille can. And I don't think she's going to be too much help, because Hurricane Camille is either being taken for a ride or she is a willing participant of that scam. And this is going to be the shortest part of this live. I'm only just clearing up this one part because she came up at the end, and that's it. Then we're going to get into all of the things that happened back last October, November, and December.
And so after that, and even before that, she also sent me a Venmo account that was her son's, wanting me to send money to that, any extra money to that. And so there never was anything but the $130. And after the first video where she accused me of all that, I refunded the money to the 2 people that donated.
Okay. Let me highlight some of the things in chat. I'm going to try to keep up on my chat today. You guys have so many things to say. What big eyes? People who keep hating you while expecting help from you are screwing themselves over.
yeah, it is what it is. Jody knows I'm going to help anyway, so it doesn't matter. I guess that's why she does that. She just said 2 donations and 3 calls. Yes, Don Hala. She said 4 on my last stream. Then it turned into 3, and then she only sent me 2. So I have no idea what the truth of it all is, and I wish I could get to it, but I just can't. I'm not the one that holds those answers. She is, and it's really frustrating. I just don't know why people can't be transparent. Luda says, Doxy, she did offer her old phone. Why was Tricky, who is Trixie, Trixie had the relationship with 423 Chase, like they met in real life and stuff, sharing her email all over the place. And that is Hurricane Camille's email. Trixie was dropping that email all over the place for PayPal. Gmail goes back to PayPal. We all know this, right? You can't drop a Gmail account and get a Cash App or a Venmo. Venmo is Venmo, Cash App is Cash App, PayPal uses Gmail. So the Gmail was being shared everywhere. I would like to see the PayPal statement from these dates, but that's up to Hurricane Camille. I don't know what she's willing to share and what she's not, but it wasn't her Cash App that was dropped, and it wasn't her Venmo that was dropped. It was her Gmail. So Trixie was dropping that all over God's creation. Where is Trixie? Tricky and Chase slugging all over Discords. Heard she got kicked from another one. Say it ain't so, Luda. Let's see. Doxy, Hurricane, you offered her your old one. Let's see, we're all mad here. I was kidding. I don't know what you were kidding about. I appreciate your receipts. I wish I could give more designs. I didn't even know that Hurricane Camille took money in. So, shake my head. I feel like no one on the inside wants to find Summer. Yeah, me too. I feel the same way lately more than ever. Yes, Jody mocked me when she was live today, and I just kind of have had enough. Maybe it was just the wrong day for it. I don't know. I'm just kind of not in the mood. I'm dealing with all these liars. So when I heard her saying what she was saying and using exactly what I've been saying for weeks, the hour associations to people, whether they are still in good standing today or not, does not free you from being connected to people. And that Jody has every right to feel the way that she does with people, including myself. I don't blame her for not liking me. I don't blame her, but she just hates everybody, and that's fine. Like I said, it has no effect on how I'm handling things. I'm not going to stop helping. She's welcome to come in here if she needs anything. She's welcome to leave me comments. I just am not going to take DMs from her anymore because they don't deserve to be treated that way by her. Sandy Jersey Girl, since the very beginning, Tiffany Marie has gone above and beyond in the name of Summer for so many that used and abused. And I'll continue to, Sandy, because I really want Summer found. So I'll take the abuse every day, you know? While all of these people, the same people who came after me when I brought the truth out about Chase that no one wanted to believe either, continue to attack me. The same group, and that's fine. And that's what tells me there's something wrong. Those are roots. It's rotten fruit. Those roots are still there 2 years later. That's how you know. There was a scam run here in this community. And until people start bringing forth their receipts on where they sent money to, you're complicit. This is not just about the main players. There are people that are not helping still to this day by not coming forward with what they know. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because there are people that share the very same chats as you, and they don't think this is legit. Just wait. It will come out. Stacy, why can't Jody Sue see you've been trying to help?
I don't know. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Stacey. I am not mad at her. I'm tired and I'm exhausted by it. It's just very difficult dealing with all these different personalities as well. I think it gets hard, you know? Dolly Bear. Hello there. Just stepped in to visit Miss TM. Hello, chat mods. Hey, Dolly Bear. Hope you're good. Yes, Nana 6. Trixie is the reason I made a top mod chat long ago. It was a joke. She was the top mod. Remember? She called herself that. She said she was the top mod.
And that was it. Nothing more to it other than
Fizzle has had a wrench on Chasing Truths for a while. And Chasing Truth just does not want to see the truth about Penny, which is very frustrating as well, but she's gonna have to learn on her own. I can't do anything to help her, and I've tried, but
she thinks there was more to it, and there wasn't. Even though people inquired, that does not mean that they actually follow through and donate or do anything like that. I can't control that. But for some reason, she thinks I received all kinds of donations.
Were you ever able to?
So it's really easy. Just prove you didn't. You either took in the donations or you didn't take in the donations. It's so easy to prove you didn't. Just like Penny opening up her YouTube studio for the dates of the marathon live. So she won't do it because she really did take in super chats for that. She just doesn't want to come clean about it. While they run around yelling about a fake check, all of these people collected money. I did not. Not me. I was not monetized. So, because they can't accuse me of that, they use the fake check, right? For those who don't know, the check was a troll on Molly. I am not bothered by the fake check, but they use it so that they don't have to be accountable for what they did, and people fall for it. And the people that fall for it are ignorant. And there are a lot of those people are the ones that don't want to come to the realization of what was done here in this community by many people. So they use the fake check. I don't really know how anybody can fall for that, but we'll roll with it for the next 10 years.
To send like screenshots and proof or whatever to her so she wouldn't think that?
I mean, all I have are the emails that I got, and no, I didn't send her copies of the emails. She didn't ask for them.
So that's a problem. Like, why wouldn't you send her copies of the emails? Why wouldn't you send someone copies of everything involving them? Word to the wise, don't collect money for anyone. Not a good idea on YouTube.
How did they send money? Did they send money through Venmo or?
One was sent through.
No, I see you, Steph. I see you.
Through Venmo, and one was sent through a Cash App. And like I said, I refunded it the same way I got it.
Well, I mean, I think for her to feel better and feel like you're being honest, maybe reach out to the people who did that and ask them if it's okay if you.
Do you see how Penny is like, well, if you want her to know you're being honest, then you should do X, Y, Z. See, it all falls on Hurricane Camille, not Penny. Everything falls on someone else, never Penny, because she kept her hands clean and made all of her friends do her dirty work.
You show exactly what was sent. Not to us. I don't want to see it, but maybe to her, so she doesn't feel like she was being, I don't know, maybe.
She's been very successful at it. Penny's successful at scamming, but she's not successful at pulling it over on any of us here in this community outside of her own circle.
I mean, sure, I could do that, but is that even going to be enough for her to feel I'm being honest about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
All you can really do is tell your truth.
No way of communicating with her anyway, other than if I see her in somebody's chat.
I think an important lesson for all of us is don't take money for anyone else and know where your money's going.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, basically now all anybody can really do is tell their truth, and it's either going to be believed or it's not going to be believed. But at the end of the day,
Right.
we're not responsible for what other people believe.
You kind of are responsible for what other people believe when you're collecting donations for other people that you have not sent the proof to of what you collected. So I disagree with Hurricane Camille on that. And I don't think that that's a fair statement, especially when she was dropping her, PayPal everywhere for money to be collected for Jody Sue to have a phone. She says she returned the money. Maybe she did, but why not show Jody that? I mean, Jody's pretty fucking heated. Why not just show it? Why are these people collecting all this money in Jody's name and using her domestic violence story to collect it and then using her domestic violence against her? I'll never understand that. I mean, the nerve of people, truly, to do something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, my story has not changed. It's always been the same amount. It's always been the 3.
Pluckin says that Penny came in cocky as fuck. Yeah, she certainly did. She was a little bit sweeter, though. And she acted so innocent. And then she turned into a psychopath. She suggests it in a way that makes you think that you came up with the idea yourself. Yes, Lana Kay. Absolutely. And Steph hit it right on the head, okay? Inserting herself like a dirty tampon. Yeah. Perfectly stated. Hey, pretty sweet P, how are you?
Emails, 2 donations. None of that has changed. But I can't control that she does not believe that. And I mean, I haven't lost any sleep over it because I know I've been honest about it.
But that's your only responsibility, is tell your truth. If it's not accepted, it's on the other person.
Yeah, I know, but I know how it feels for something to be, for wrong information, for to be accused of something you know you didn't do and you never had any intentions of doing. So
Listen, I want to say something. This is a perfect beach lady. Hold on, because do you remember Heather Lynn? She was freaking out the other day. Remember, she said she expected an apology from Jody, and I said, stop expecting an apology from Jody. You're not going to get one. See, I don't expect Jody to like me. I don't expect Jody to want to be my friend. I just try to help when I can, right? She doesn't need to be grateful. She truly doesn't. And I'm not going to sit over here freaking the fuck out because she's not grateful for my help. I just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, no problem. Heather Lynn, on the other hand, is the perfect definition of someone who's losing their shit because they expect far too much from people. Like I say to people all the time, stop expecting so much from me. I expect very little from people, just the truth most days. And it seems so hard to attain, but she doesn't have to be grateful. It's fine. She's not, and that's fine. I'm just going to move on from it and continue to help if I can for Summer's sake. This all was done around Summer's case, and Summer was used just like Jody was. Even if they used Jody, they were also using Summer at the same time. As you can see, this community doesn't really seem to care at all about Summer. We've got people talking about her being thrown off cliffs now, and that's just completely fine. Nobody truly cares what way they present Summer online, which is super frustrating, and it's really sad. But we just have to accept this is the current situation and move away from those who act like that. It's the only thing you can do. And move on. Just stay with your tribe, Let the trash sit with trash and move away from it. There's a lot of really terrible people here. Penny is the snake, okay? She is the lead snake. She always has been. She came and disguised herself as a sheep. But she has many little sheep following after her, believing her. Wait till the truth comes out, Penny. What are you afraid of with that phone number? Hold on a sec.
I agree Penny has a part in it. Sorry, guys. I stepped away to get a sweater, put some socks on, fix myself. I was cold and feeling uncomfortable. So I believe Penny played a part. I believe Penny played a whole part. However, was she the head of it? No, not in my opinion. I think Jody is. Jody's the neighbor. Jody hears a fake screen. Jody's angry because people aren't sending her money. Jody's getting money. Jody's involved in the marathon. Jody's reaching out to the YouTube creators to do interviews. Jody's the first to interview in the neighborhood. Jody's involved in fake lawsuits while she sits over there and accuses other people of that, like, a guilty conscience. Yes, Jody Sue will sit there and tell you she was not public day one, but she absolutely was in the Facebook groups public day one. Not to mention her own Facebook, leaving videos for Squall to take purposefully. She deleted 1 million videos, but just kept those videos out there. She knows how to draw attention to herself. She's a great actress, in my opinion. I feel like Jody played Tiffany and pulled at Tiffany's heartstrings. However, I also feel Tiffany found something over with AB, or AB found something. And that at some point after Benny went to jail, that these people all came together and figured something out after Linda started threatening the lawsuits that Benny was announcing. Something tells me Benny, Tiffany, and AB were pulled into something by other people, locals. Possibly, maybe speculating a Chris McDonough. Yeah, she wrote the script. And she is also related to the people I'm related to. Makes sense. Even in my chat last night, Andy didn't deny it. I asked again while he was in there. He doesn't answer, but he doesn't deny. Pay attention, people. This is serious. In my opinion, it's a ring. I said it last night, and as sad as it is to say it over and over again, I don't think we're going to get a good answer for Summer, and it's fucking sad. For her brothers, for her family, who I believe is to a part innocent. I believe they know why Summer went missing and owed money. That's my opinion. I feel Summer was collateral damage for somebody owing money for illicit drugs. My opinion has not changed. Could them people be Fred and Andy and Dawn together, working together, $50,000 to $80,000? Is Summer even the right child that was taken? I'm sure she was, because basement door. You have to know the house, the layout, the setting, right? I think he's a disgrace too. That's my opinion. And it's disgusting. All you hear about is money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Then you see Benny come out as if he invested in some kind of stock market. And he has all this money. He's going to start a new reward fund for Summer. Was it a fluke? Did he invest in something with Penny? Because that was far more than $100 or $200 to $400 for views for them to be fighting about on YouTube. When Benny's family's pretty well off, and Penny's is too, to make such a public spectacle. Many summers. You're right, Helen. He sure did show all that money, and I have that video. We can go over it, but I'm not going to do that today. I've gone over it 1 million times. I mean, you could see the evidence is there when you go back and listen and look. Everything brought to the public will always be in the public. It's always going to be there to go back and look on. So this is a really dumb crime, just to let y'all know. And the TBI and feds will catch up to you one day. And I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines going, I promise. Hey, little Dev. All right, so I'm going to play this for about another 50 minutes. Then I'm going to get off and I'll come back to finish it. Yes, the internet is forever. I'll come back to finish it after dinner. I'm trying to get through as much as I can. We are about an hour in, and it's a 4-hour live. And I've been live for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm trying to get it to the 3-hour mark and then come back later and watch the rest because I got family and I got to call my husband and we got to do our daily whatever it is we do. All right, guys, let me put this back on.
Let me make sure that gets into chat again. We can't forget. See, you should have just not said anything at all, Penny. Just shouldn't have said anything at all. Anybody ever teach you how to handle things here on YouTube, Fizzle?
So that's what I'm just saying. Like, I have been very, very, very tempted to just be like, put my damn Discord account on screen share and just be like, all right, we're just going to spend the whole day reading messages. And if anybody else's messages that you see up here don't align with.
And it took Penny a year and a half to do that. How long is it going to take for her to show her YouTube studio from the Scamathon? A couple more years?
Mine, message me. Or put it out there, or whatever. Call me on it. But, I mean, then it would be the...
Yes, I do remember 11, Tig. Actually, I have some really important information for Levid. At some point, it was going to be put out today, but it's not going to happen today because this fell into my lap and it's far more important than those ex mods of mine. Someday I'll get to them. I don't know when, but this is just far more important. But in my searches through all of the things ex mod related, we stumble upon these little breadcrumbs that are so important. So I really have to thank those ex mods for being such a pain in my ass, because in this journey to go through all their crap, we keep finding so many important things. So I have to almost appreciate them a little bit. You know, you just got to be thankful that they were there, because it gives us a chance to go back through and find things that actually matter in the pursuit of trying to find all the things that matter about them, which is entirely separate from Summer. That's just an extra here. I might even make it a membership situation at this point, because I just kind of feel like profiting off of them. The ex mods, I have no problem making money off of. In fact, they've put me through hell and I feel like I deserve to be paid to deal with them. So I might do a membership series on them. We'll see. It depends on how I feel about it. The only reason I wouldn't do it is because I want everybody to be able to participate. And I don't really have the heart to shut people out. But don't think I don't want to, because I do. And I won't even lie about that. Okay.
Together to delete the thing. Man, look, this is it. This is it right here. This right here. This live right here. If you have questions, please ask. If you don't, just leave it alone. All right, well, I'm out. I was just going to let y'all know since someone was asking. And, and I know occasionally it's still been brought up in her videos, and that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. And
this I only played because it's where we left off on my last live. Hurricane Camille, I don't know what has gone on with you. I don't know what you have collected all of this money for, or how much, or whatever. You're going to have to figure that out when you're done dealing with the things that are going on in your life. And whatever you choose to do is on you. But I did think it was interesting that when I went to go pull this up today, there she was talking about the very same thing. That must have been a coincidence, because we weren't even looking for that. But no, it was important. So we're going to start from the beginning. Linda is going to be dealt with on this live, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to have to make a judgment call on my own, because I think I just need to handle that situation. So I'm going to be doing that regardless of how I feel. I'm going to even go against my own feelings here and take care of the situation because I don't feel I have a choice. So the truth is the truth. The truth never changes. Linda, hit me up. I tried to get a hold of you. I tried to give you a heads up. I'm going to be moving forward with what I said I was in that email, and I'm not backing down from that. Okay. I tried to give you a warning about it to let you know, and I don't need your blessing. I think I was being a little bit too gracious toward you. I already gave you an apology for the way I treated you on the phone call. But that's as far as that's going to go. I don't trust you, Linda, unfortunately, because the way that you're handling things now. Penny has not helped you in that situation. So if Penny's lying, then please reach out to me to let me know. She's not doing you any favors whatsoever. She's actually making a really big mess for you. You know, like she does for all her other friends. Yeah, Linda's out. Stacey, thank you. Hold on a minute. I should be paying you. Stacey works so hard here. I had to get my man ready for work. Just got back. Hey, T-Boy. We're just busting out some Penny bullshit here. East Coast Beauty, you deserve to be paid. Yeah, for this bullshit, for sure. For sure. I'm not even going to say I don't.
I don't want this.
All right, this bitch.
So actually, I need to go into the studio real quick so I can unblock some people who I think would ask hard questions, because I think that there's a lot of people that I blocked just so I wouldn't see them in chats because, you know, I get irked.
Who would she have blocked so many people in just 3 months of having her channel open? Why would she need to block a bunch of people? She was only on YouTube for 3 months at this point. She must have got herself into a little problem here.
But I don't want this chat in particular to be a, you know, I said everybody can come in and ask questions, but I don't want this chat to be just people who support me. So I'm gonna unblock some people. I'm blocking Jody C. I wasn't the one who blocked her. That happened.
Oh, snap. Hold on. What do we have here? I got an email from Whistledown, and guess what? Guess what? Hold on. Give me just 1 second. She's got some receipts already. Shit. Oh, Penny. Let me step away from the computer for a quick moment. Aw, Kukla, I told you were Yamis. She's talking about my Kukla. Aw. All right. Yeah, that's your daughter's phone, Penny. Good job, Whistledown. Always count on my friends around here to do shit when I'm not even prepared for it. Penny is all for easy money. She hit the jackpot with certain male creators. She was robbing blind for a straight year. I guess she stuffed all that money in her cheeks. Yeah. Penny with the big cheeks. That's how I spotted her in the grass in that photo. Didn't you know? Some people didn't think it was Penny, but I was like, nope, I would know that face anywhere. I would pick her out in a crowd. That's Penny. And sure as shit, it was. It was. She knows she's a chipmunk. She knows her cheeks look like she's been burrowing acorns in them for years. Someone tried to make her feel better and said it would keep her looking young. You should lay off the fucking ice cream cakes, Penny. Just lay off the ice cream cakes. Take a walk or something. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I just got that. You know who you are. I appreciate you. Yes, Reject Crew can wait. They're used to being relevant, simmering on the back burner, yeah, for like months. I'm a little behind. Hold on 1 sec. Hey, Snoopy, welcome. It's good to have you back. Yeah, we got the best of the best. Penny wanted them too, but she just couldn't have them. They're smarter than you, Bizzle. Yes, she blocked all the ones who saw through her BS. Weak ass pussy bitch. I wish I could talk like Luda. I would say it in her voice, but I can't. Only Luda can sound like Luda. Whistledown's a badass. Yup, she's on it. I wouldn't even fuck with Whistledown, Penny. She's got her. You're screwed, dude. You're screwed. So many made bank off Summer. It makes me sick. Stacey, I know. She's been shady since day one. Never cared for her fake ass. Tinkerboo says, when they did that fundraiser for Summer and took to bank, I always wondered in whose name they presented it from because they said the donations would return to donators. Yeah, she's on Steve Johnson's shit list, actually. with his truth to lies. She tried to rip him off. She was trying to get by with streaming all his stuff in her Discord and letting people just pay her. She was trying to get rich quick off of Steve Johnson's course that he offers. And she was getting paid instead of him. Like, no joke. Penny's a dirty bitch. Hey, Pixie, how much have you missed? An hour. 2 speed it. You'll be there in 30 minutes. Short and squatty. Stop, Gigi. Yeah, sub to Whistle Down, please. She's got the good stuff. And she has been really helpful in terms of showing the truth about people that have really exploited the fuck out of this case. Where did Penny come from? What community? Oh, Pluckin. She wants us to believe she just plopped her ass right here out of nowhere. She just happened to appear. A wild Penny appeared.
Unblock her in case she wants to ask any questions, because I think that she would probably stay on topic and be able to ask some good questions. Oh, and if you guys see this little dot tech or whatever that Cora Connor just posted, all of those kinds of people are that post those kinds of comments.
Throughout this stream, you're going to hear, please don't send any cash apps or super chats. And Duchess Discussions was in the chat saying it over and over so that she would receive cash apps and super chats. A really old trick is to say, please don't send me anything. I don't know how to shut my super chats off. And that's how they get them all. So that's what Penny did the whole entire live here. She had her mods dropping it over and over not to send her anything. No one was sending anything, but they kept having to write it over and over and over again because she knows how to get them. That's how you get them, by keeping on your super chats and saying, please don't send me anything. Penny's was good at that in December of 2021 already. So where'd she come from? I don't know. She just started her channel the day after Chase started his here in the Summer Wells community. They came together. Penny and Chase came together.
Is like, I guess, scam or something?
Yes, reverse psychology, East Coast Beauty. East Coast Beauty, you've seen it before. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. Yeah, so block those when you see those dot tech, whatever. So let me go into.
Oh, Stacey Slay is going to come up. This is actually about the fake Fed. This is a good one, actually. She might be friends with 423, probably from Alabama or Georgia, since she got Slay to play as a fake Fed. No, she came from a couple different states. She was in the military too. You almost have to wonder if that's where all these people met, because they all have some kind of tie to the military. It's actually quite weird. Every single one. She was in the Navy. I guess that's what they say, but I don't know if her picture was photoshopped. Who really knows? It doesn't even look like a real photo to me. The more I look at it, I'm like, is that even real? Shit, honey. I hope there's no stolen valor involved here too. Who knows?
Let's see how you do this. Community moderators.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else blocked.
Suffolk, Chrissy M. Suffolk, Virginia.
Okay. And just so you are aware, please do not bash other creators in the chat. Stay on topic. Don't come here talking about everybody else. If you have something to say to those people, most people have their email addresses in their about section. And they also mostly go live daily, and you can go say it in their comment section, but not mine. Okay, let's see. Okay, save that. Just unblocked. No, she did not. I really, but Twister, honestly, I really don't want any more emails about this whole Chase / Christy thing. I really don't. Like, you can send it, but
Cass, she's already seen that. If I speed her up, you won't know what she's saying. Seriously, like, I can't speed her up anymore. Is it all just for money? What's the main motive? I'm just me, you just be you. I do believe it's just for money. I think it's a get rich quick situation. She's still at it. I mean, shit, she made like 12 grand off Benny Keys in like 1 month, just sitting on her ass, not doing a damn thing. So yeah, it's a pretty great little scam she's got going on over there. She'll take anybody down. She doesn't give a fuck. Hey, Wicked Stitches. Actually, I was just looking at your comments in this live earlier. Your neck of the woods, no shit, Pluckin. Your mom lived in Suffolk, 20 miles from Chesapeake, Norfolk, and a cluster. Say no to ice cream cakes. Oh, shit. Hey, Amy D. Probably all got dishonorables. Well, yeah, that was a quick voyage, don't you think? Like, I don't know. Listen, I'm calling bullshit on this bitch. I don't believe anything about her. I don't even believe she breeds labradoodles. How about that? I don't believe any of her stories. She's full of crap.
But yeah. Anyway,
oh, and believe it or not, this is sped up all the way. I actually put it on 2 speed to record it, and I only dropped it down 1. So it's all the way sped up. She was talking real slow on this one.
So I'll just wait for some questions. If anybody has any, share it out, let people know. I'm here.
Good evening, Donna.
Hi, Lizzie. Oh, wait, I mean Penny. Love her. Why didn't you?
This is where it gets interesting. Watch this. I think this was the beginning of Penny and Benny because he comes up, he talks about his feelings about her. I guess they had gotten into it a couple days before or something. This is interesting. Watch this stuff. What's even more interesting though is the chat. And I'm going to share a couple things, not the whole thing, but I've got screenshots of that. You guys wouldn't have been able to read it anyway. And the things that were important, I definitely got. Anybody heard from LJ? It's been quite a while. Anyone know where LJ is hanging out? Email me if you do. I'd be very curious.
Why didn't you stop Benny from threatening women with logs? Why would you think that?
Now, this is when she was trying to get into Benny's good graces. This is in the very beginning. And in this very live stream, Penny is trying to get Jody to come back around. She's like kissing Jody's ass the whole time because Jody had already cut her off. So Penny, you'll hear her as she tries and tries and tries to get Jody on her good side. You'll pick all that up.
That I would be able to stop Benny from doing anything. You know, I didn't see that video until John Hinch played it the other night. I saw that for the first time then. Well, hold on. Question for you. Why do you think that anybody can stop Benny from doing anything? Benny can do, and he does do whatever he wants to do. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I mean, I wasn't there, so, and I don't have psychic abilities where I can say, I feel that Benny might pick up a log today and threaten to beat somebody with it. Like, what? And contrary to YouTube speculation and accusations, Benny is not, you know, he's not like buddies with me. We've had discussions, yeah, and they've been decent. They're not, he's never like came off as, you know, like a crazy person. He can hold a conversation with somebody he doesn't agree with. At least that's what I took from it. Because we don't agree. Not on, well, where this case is concerned, I don't think that we agree. But
she spends about 10 minutes defending him here.
Yeah, he's in here now. That's how we don't agree. Benny, was I supposed to know you don't pick up that log? I don't, like, did you text me and be like, oh, I'm going to pick up a log and threaten somebody with it? Letting it happen, I was there. Oh my God. I wasn't there. I was not there. Why do you think I was there? Who told you that I was there? Oh, Jesus. See?
So he writes, Penny had no knowledge of anything I did or do. Oh no, Benny, she knew everything. She'd been watching you for a long time.
You think I sound like Lizzie? Okay. Okay, so that might be where the other thing came from. I saw in Chasing's chat that somebody was saying that I still support Chase. So maybe they think that I'm Lizzie. I'm not Lizzie. What? My husband? Oh, Jesus. Okay, look. I'm not Holly from Cracking Cases. Cam is not my husband. I'm not Lizzie. But I appreciate you asking me, so I'm able to clarify that for you. No, don't time her out. It's good that she's asking questions. Even if she is a troll, you know, ask the questions. Is Benny still in here? Let me ask Benny a question. Let me ask. Oh boy, am I gonna get hate for this. But I mean, oh well, right? Because it's already out there. So hey, Benny, let me go.
Yeah, what about Penny's husband again? Oh yeah, he got rich off Benny too? Yeah.
For you, Benny. Let's have a conversation. And please, nobody send super chats during his live.
Because she definitely needed to say that again. No one heard her the first time, and her mods are dropping out all over. No super chats. Why? Why no super chats? She's not even talking about Summer here. Why she keep saying that? Why did Penny have to keep repeating, no super chats, please no super chats during this live? Why, Penny? She needed money so bad. This girl monetized the second she was eligible. She wasted no time. It's what she came here for. She came here to profit off of Summer and made up all kinds of lies about Summer to do it. And you'll see people going crazy later on. They'll be all over chats about how Penny's the greatest thing ever, and she would never do that, right? This is the thing. Penny has been the head of the snake since August of 2021 when she came here, even long before that. She was eyeing all of us. You'll also hear her talk about how Chasing Justice and I were the first people she reached out to because she wanted me to know she had nothing to do with me being doxxed. No, Penny, that is not at all what your messages to me were about on Facebook when you first came to me, and you came to me long before Benny doxed me, long before. Penny lies about everything. She can't even be honest about why she first messaged somebody.
Please do not send anything. Don't become a member. Do not support this channel with any kind of.
Yes, Luda. She went to AB and told AB she wanted to extend Benny an olive branch, and all we heard for weeks was what a piece of shit she was. He was not having it. Now he is. He's all about Penny. In fact, she's actually hovering around AB like she used to do Benny. Imagine that. I think that's a great idea. I think he should absolutely allow her into his circle. And I'm so glad that those assholes that used to be over here have allowed Penny into their circle because they absolutely deserve all of that. I hope it goes horrible for them. Just wait.
Money involved during his life, please, because this
Beggars
is not what I
can't be
want.
choosers.
You want to turn your camera off? Or are you good?
ACP.
Okay. All right.
Oh, don't the tables
I was
turn?
just gonna just kind of remind everybody every now and then that to not send super chats.
All right, guys. There was something else I wanted to cover today. So I'm going to do that quickly. I just want to show you guys. Ziggy has been missing. Hold on, let me go to her channel. Ziggy's last live
Something. I don't know.
was on April 4th, 2025. Her last video was 3 months ago. Her last post, she's still posting somewhat a month ago, 12 days ago, and then 4 days ago, she posted something and tagged Jamming It, some paintings that I guess she's doing. But I wanted to show you that while she's been gone up until the 12th of this month, that Ziggy has been quite busy on TikTok. I just wanted to showcase a few videos that she posted. Now she's trying to sell nails. A new grifting scheme. I want to know what this video is. Is this Fred's property or somebody else's property? Then I want you to see her damn attitude. Hold on. Let me get to the volume here. Where did the volume go? There's no volume on this. This is my trip to Ben Hill and Rogersville over the years, trying to get justice for Summer Wells, and this was posted May 8th. Ziggy, where are you? Why did you and Fred disappear, yo? Look how amazing Ziggy is.
God, you're so mean, and you look like you illegally immigrated. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. Oh my God, you're so mean, and you look like you illegally immigrated to planet Earth. So shut your fucking mouth. At least I think that's your mouth. Could be like a loose, flappy
True
butthole the way
colors.
so much shit keeps falling out of it. You're a bad person. You're a bad.
Anything, any platform, any attitude. She comes over here faking like she's sweet, and then she goes on TikTok when she's no longer able to come over here as if she's hiding.
You're a bad person. Oh my God, you're so mean, and you look like you illegally immigrated to planet Earth. So shut your fucking mouth. At least I think that's your mouth. Could be like a loose, flappy butthole the way so much shit keeps falling out of it.
You're such a fake bitch.
You're a bad person. You're a bad person. Oh my God, you're so mean, and you look like you illegally immigrated to planet Earth. So shut your fucking mouth.
God, thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Yay. God, thank you for sunshine. Thank you.
So in that video, she was saying Fred was 100 miles away or 600 miles away or something. So she hasn't been completely gone all that long. She's been over on TikTok doing the same shit. Ziggy, you're no showstopper. None whatsoever. I agree with Isabella, you're trash. Come back. You never did answer any of my accusations against you. I want you to answer them. I don't think you people understand I'm done with the shit. 100%. Oh, I'm sure. She's still talking to Kathy, as you see. Which, that's something else I want to cover again another night. Her ex's charges with Dudley A. John's brother and father. I've covered that in the past. The Simpsons. Killer Looks did a great video. Maybe we'll watch that later or tomorrow with some of the other stuff. I have a ton of content that I can show coming up. I think I've always said I think it's important to go back and go over the old stuff because you can see the connections and where these people meet together. There's something wrong here. Something's wrong. They're going to get to the bottom of it. I hope you all know that. And you ain't no motherfucking showstopper, Ziggy. You're a bitch. Straight up. And I'm about to show you who the fucking bigger bitch is. Promise. I dare you. Come back. I have a feeling they're looking really deeply into you and Fred. Is that why all your silence? You're not allowed to talk anymore? But she hasn't exactly been gone. Doug's also over on TikTok making fun of my tooth. Now he has started another YouTube. He's not even supposed to be on YouTube. He has been taken down. I ain't never had an issue with Doug. I don't know what the fuck his problem is, but he is welcome to grab a link, Howard the Duck, in my chat anytime. I have said it the last 3 or 4 lives now. You must be a bitch boy, because you ain't done so yet. I want to know why you came out here full batting with Shay as her BFF. Is she like slobbing on your knob or something? Excuse my language. It's in my thumbnail. Explicit content here. Bold and unfiltered. Parental advisory. You know what, guys? I ended with Benny. I want to leave it where Benny comes on. I didn't listen that far into the video yet. So after dinner tonight, yeah, Doug don't even know you. Oh, Lisa Richards is from my neighborhood. Let it be. She's from Glassport. He's using a fake name. I don't know who this Lisa Richards is he's using, but she's from Pittsburgh. And he has it put on his shorts. The Lisa Richards I know from Pittsburgh was married to and had kids to somebody who offended to somebody in Tennessee about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. It was a long time ago. And Doug found that. I've covered it. No, she's not me, but he's using it to dig at me. That's for sure. She's not me. But if you look up a man named Rory, I forget his last name. Look up Lisa Richards, look up her ex, Rory, and you will find the connection. Doug needs to stop. He's doxing people and making fun of people he has no clue about. And she has children that have suffered due to their father's irresponsibility, perverted, pedophile shit. And it's not right that Doug's doing that shit. I don't know. I have to look more into it. I know Elisa Richards, and I can see what's going on, and I've left Doug comments. He doesn't comment back. I think there's more to it. That's all I'm going to say. I have to look more into it, but I think there's more to it. And when the right people get a hold of Doug for doing what he's doing, I promise there's going to be hell to pay. I don't know. Let it be. Maybe it's a different Lisa Richards, but it doesn't look good. That's for sure. And Doug can come here and address me and clear that up. But I do have a connection to a Lisa Richards from Pittsburgh. Whatever. I'm done with it. All right, guys. Peace and love. I'll see you after dinner tonight. We'll start with Penny. Coming up on that panel with Penny. And we'll finish going over TM. I could be wrong. It could be a whole nother person. But it's strange as fuck. I will talk to you all later. Give my live a like. Share it. Support the channel. I'll be back after dinner. I might be in my jammies. I'm a little uncomfortable. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Goodbye. We're done with your trolling. Whatever. I'm going. Peace and love. Talk to you all later. Bye.